What up, y'all? We are here for our weekly love message. Ooh, already 2 cards want to come out. I'm excited. Ooh, give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership, followed by heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly, discuss your feelings with one another. Well, okay, so for starters, literally, if you are in a relationship currently that you value and that you're committed to, then it's worth giving your relationship the best chance of success it can have by just starting with having the ability to go deep, to have the honest conversations, to be able to be vulnerable, but also to know how to do that artfully and tactfully. You don't just want to like regurgitate and like just dump all over someone. There is like skills in how to communicate and how to approach someone. So that's why even before applying this to your outward strategy and execution of how do I apply this to my interactive outer life, how can I apply this to my interior life? How can I invest in myself in this way? So let's get honest with ourselves. Where do we need to develop our relationship skills and our capacity to have healthy, thriving relationships and our abilities to have these heart-to-heart conversations, right? These are skills that we have to build and acquire. Not many of us have them naturally. That's why relationships hit a wall at a certain point, because most people on average don't pursue building and maintaining relationship skills and intelligence. They just kind of hope that it goes well and that communication is enough, and there's more to it. There's different aspects of a romantic relationship that have to be maintained, and there's an art form to each of them, and mastery to each of them. So I would say start buying books on, relationships. Find some good relationship experts and coaches. I like to always have a cluster of good people. That way you're not too pigeonholed and getting only one voice. But there are people of integrity and who are highbrow thinkers and have, the right consciousness out there. It's not all just like, negativity and manipulation and controlling and all of that. Some of it is positive and expansive. So in order to have the relationship vision, give yourself the chance to have the relationships that you envision for yourself. So in order to have that, we're going to have to build the capacity to be able to have that relationship for starters, and have the willingness and the capacity and the skills to know how to initiate and to hold space for and to have and to navigate through heart-to-heart conversations, and generally speaking, just showing up initially as your authentic self, right? You can still have mystique or boundaries or pace things, even being your real true self. You don't have to pretend to be someone that you're not, and you shouldn't be, because what's going to happen is that eventually the real you is going to come out anyway. And if they don't like that, then you have not only abandoned yourself, but I don't know, there's been like a breach of contract on both sides. You weren't authentic in what you presented, even though, you may have been doing it, to try to please the other person. It wasn't honest you. And they, may not have been able to accept you fully because they weren't introduced to you. And that may have been because they were trying to make you someone that you're not, or you were trying to people please to perform to get their approval. It could be combinations of both. However, your true self wasn't shown. And so therefore you never had a chance to see what the real dynamic was. And now it's already the seed has already been planted, and it's harder to go back and do it again then do it right from the beginning, kind of thing. So if you're in a relationship, then give it a chance. Perhaps, maybe if you're totally done with something, then listen to your heart, right? And then maybe the answer for you is give yourself a chance to have the relationship and the vision that you dream of. But if you are like, I love this relationship, you know, all relationships take effort and maintenance. They shouldn't be just a wreck all the time. You know, it shouldn't be constant conflict, but every now and then you'll go through seasons of different, you know, states. So the best thing is just be able to know the art of navigating your way through heart-to-heart conversations. All right, what else do we need to know? Interesting. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So this is cool. Recently, we keep being told that it's like hermit season and hunker down and love the self, and everything is coming in its own timing. And it's like we were so like antsy and angsty for something to sort of start to happen. And I feel like recently something has probably happened in career and creativity. And so right now you're like, oh shoot, if I met someone right this second, like I almost am not ready for them. You know, I need it to be a few weeks. So it's like maybe things are brewing and percolating. So just be ready in the meantime and prepare yourself by, you know, building those structures, dedicating yourself to your goals and your dreams. But also in the meantime, be learning how to have successful relationship skills and communication skills. And don't rush it, you know, don't settle for someone that's not quite right. Just hold out for what is really, really, really resonates, because you'll know, and you'll know that it was worth not settling for anyone else in the meantime. And you really don't need to dissipate your energy, on something that's not right. So just like sit tight for now. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectation. Now, if you've had a recent stirring of manifestation in career and finance that may have surprised you in the vessel it arrived in, maybe something you weren't expecting. And then, you know, when we hear that, we're always like, oh, is it something I'm not going to like as much? And it's like, no, maybe not at all. Maybe it's more expansive than you'd anticipated. And so this is that kind of energy showing up as well. So just be prepared that meeting your soulmate might be in a way that you hadn't thought about, or someone that you didn't think about, or through someone you didn't think about. And so just keep an open mind, stay open, keep your energy open. Me and my friend, the other day we were laughing because we were like, this is our affirmation and motto. I'm single and I'm open to meeting people. Like, I don't know, it just made us like think of like, I don't know, like a 90s sort of ad of like the simpler times when people were just so confident and positive. I'm single and I'm open to meeting people. I'm Tish. So yeah, keep an open mind. Keep your energy open. Don't get too like tunnel visioned on you're a type right now, or especially not a specific person. Keep your options open and keep your mind open. And that really just opens you up as a vessel for receiving. So yeah, bear that in mind. Let's get a little bit more clarity with the Tarot of the Psychic Heart. Ooh, so give your relationship a chance is paired with release. This is the Death card in the traditional tarot. And so, you know, let yourself come into this full transformation. This is like the ability to finally accept change and move forward from the past. Every time we take a step forward, past us died and was left in the dust of yesteryear. You know what I mean? Like the past doesn't exist anymore, right? So in order to move forward, we have to have a million little deaths, right? And so give your relationship a chance by letting go of past relationships and things that weren't pushing themselves into your life, right? If it's like something that hasn't worked out and someone who's not fully like, I want this, I'm pursuing this with you, then let it go and focus on what's important, and something more aligned will come in. Release yourself and open yourself up, and keep your open mind, and give yourself a chance to have the relationship that you desire, right? And so when that comes along, you must whip it. Be able to be, have an open heart that's not like stuck on something else or like with strings attached. Be able to be authentic and, ready and available. Okay, heart-to-heart conversations. Let's get some clarity, a little more insight on heart-to-heart conversations. Lead. Ooh, Emperor. This is divine masculine energy. This is like building an empire, taking authority over your life. This is the presence of all four kings: King of Wands, King of Cups, King of Pentacles, and King of Swords. So this is like a level of self-mastery over the ability to keep your cool, right? Maintain your consciousness. Be able to successfully communicate your thoughts and feelings without being controlled by your feelings or getting too emotional when you are communicating them. You are able to make decisions based on not just a flimsy connection and chemistry, but you can look at a situation and use like discernment and judgment and say, okay, are all the values here? Are you going to be compatible in my kingdom? I'm an emperor. I have all of these kingdoms going on. Are you going to be able to come in and be authentically compatible with that vision with me? Or are we not ultimately compatible, right? Do we share the same values? Do we share the same relationship goals? Do we share the same life goals? So the emperor is very mature and very self-controlled and self-possessed. But be careful to not be too stubborn or too controlling. But this is Aries seated in their power, y'all. Hi, Aries season. So, if you have heart-to-heart conversations, have authority and own yourself as you are talking. Don't be like timid or second guess yourself or be apologetic. Own your needs. Own your authority and your sovereignty and your value and your worth, right? And your authority. Take the lead. Maybe it's going to be up to you to initiate a conversation. Or if you are in a situation where someone has initiated a conversation with you, maybe they're coming at it with a facade and you have to take the lead by being the first one to put down the bullshit and like be real. Okay, let's get some insight and that 2 major arcana cards in a row, y'all. Okay, so worth waiting for. Let's go deeper. What's worth waiting for? Ooh. Choose your battles. So 7 of Wands. So right now, it's like we are overcoming long-held patterns and tendencies and overcoming limiting beliefs, and we're pushing through a lot of things and going through these initiations. 7 of Wands is like you're coming up against resistance in your life and coming up against resistance in yourself and in your personal transformation maybe, but you have what it takes to get through it. But you need to persevere and you need to focus and you need to find balance and not be overly aggressive, but maintain your stance. And so right now it's like, hey, maybe this isn't the best time. Like maybe, like for instance, if you're in a relationship, then you need to have a heart-to-heart conversation and everything's really fired up right now. It's like, definitely choose your battles, right? Maybe sometimes it's worth waiting before you say something that you will regret, that can't be unsaid, that just adds to the tension and the piled on like comments and, it becomes nagging, right, with each other. So like choose your battles wisely. If this is speaking to someone who's in a relationship and you want to work on the relationship and it's worth giving your relationship a chance, then come at it heart-centered and like really be discerning about what you choose to confront things about and what's important and what's not, what's worth waiting on, when you can choose a better time, otherwise, if you're not in a relationship right now, then I would say that this is a good time to focus on really like breaking those limiting beliefs and patterns inside of yourself with going deeper into the relationship work alongside whatever it is that's blooming in our like creative manifestations. Because if you watch the Tuesday readings, which are our weekly manifestation readings, like something's happening. Something's like, it's all kind of shifting in this portal of eclipses. And I think it's really expansive. So right now is a great time to prepare yourself and just do the work on career and finance, which was, I believe, the advice last week. And so this week it's like, hey, it's worth waiting for. Give this relationship a chance to like have the most successful start it can. Take the lead, take this physical, take this, spiritual and sovereign authority over your life. Take the lead, accept this change and transformation, and like just choose your timing and your battles wisely, right? You don't want to like go in too soon, too fast, or like say something that you'll regret, or try to start something when you're in the middle of a bunch of other stuff and it's just not a good time. So take those factors into consideration. I know that's a lot of layers, but I think we can all handle it. Okay, and so keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectation is accompanied by the 5 of Cups. So this 5 of Cups is about disappointment and loss and focusing on cups spilled out into the river that can't be, it's all spilled out and it can't be put back in the cup. So it's like, keep an open mind with change your focus. It's like stop focusing on the past and move on, right? Don't focus on regrets or heartache or shoulda, coulda, wouldas or holding out for something that hasn't worked out yet. Remember, we're jumping timelines. So some people just are not in alignment with that next timeline for us. We're quantum jumping. And so keep your eyes set on the future. Keep your eyes looking forward. If somebody from the past is meant to be, they will figure out a way to up level and come meet you up there. But you do not need to just cut all ties from the past that haven't worked out now, that someone's not like demanding that they are like pursuing something with you. Just stay open to what is new and what's coming in. So change your focus. Don't focus on disappointment or sorrow or regret anymore. Just keep your mind open for new possibilities to come in. And maybe you thought someone was a soulmate, and it's, many soulmates come through in a life, and they have different context and different timelines with us and different periods and seasons. So it may be that you had a soul contract with a person, but it doesn't mean that they're a permanent fixture. And so that doesn't mean that there's not going to be a new soulmate coming in, right? Fun, right? Look on the bright side. You got a whole new soulmate to do it all again with. So keep your focus set on the future. Something worth waiting for is coming. So choose your battles and choose, your contracts wisely as well, right? Choose your opportunities wisely too. So amazing, you guys. I'm feeling excited and I'm feeling grounded and I'm feeling ready to deep dive into the work. And I hope y'all are too. I'll see y'all tomorrow for our end of the week reflection message for the weekend. All right, y'all, be good, but not too good. Ciao.